When I was a kid, we paid real good money to see terrible sequels, and we loved it. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has changed movie making as we know it. They actually make decent to really excellent sequels, and they've got about 19 or 20 movies in the can. But back in the day, if you had a hit movie, they would make a sequel, but just for a cash grab. They were never quite as good as the first one. Unless it was The Godfather Part 2 or The Empire Strikes Back, which is the best Star Wars movie ever, and the second one ever to come out in theaters. But really the fifth in the series, you know what I'm talking about. I forgot who I was talking to, Joe. But the concept of having a sequel that was better than the original is relatively new. So here are 5 sequels that I highly anticipated in my life, but was hugely disappointed by when I went to see them. Something about Ghostbusters 2 just lacks the magic of the first one. It was nice to see the Ghostbusters lore extended into a sequel, but I recently rewatched this one, and the jokes just aren't as funny. But you do get a giant thing walking through the streets of Manhattan. Again. Batman Returns. I was first in line to go see this movie when I was a kid, and when I saw it, I was waiting for it to get good all the way through the movie up until the end credits, and it never did for me. Sorry, I said it. Shoot me.
Meow.
It was weird. Batman kills a dude. Or 2. And people are all upset about Batfleck killing people. That dude did not survive that. Go ahead and try that yourself. It's not going to turn out well. And then, of course, after that Batman movie, they all went downhill.
You are not sending me to the corner.
Until they went back uphill with Batman Begins, which I really liked. And then The Dark Knight, one of the best movies of the 2000s. I will fight you if you disagree with me. And this kind of counts, but it kind of doesn't count because these are technically prequels. But after I saw Star Wars The Phantom Menace, I was like, it can't get any worse than this. But then, of course, Star Wars Attack of the Clones came out.
I don't like sand.
And I will contend that is the worst Star Wars movie out of all, I don't know how many there are now, 9, 10 movies. It's the worst. Worse than Solo. My opinion on Solo is, that's fine, but completely unnecessary. Like thumbs on a manatee.
Hi, how are you?
Solo is fine. It's fine. And of course, you've got The Matrix, Reloaded, and Revolutions. I don't know what happened there, but those movies they were just
Bullshit.
Precisely.
I went and saw them. I mean, there are just so many terrible sequels, so here are a few dishonorable mentions.
I am Zuzu.
Weekend at Bernie's 2. I went to the theater to see Weekend at Bernie's 2, and boy, was that a movie that was terrible. I couldn't wait for Weekend at Bernie's 3, Bernie Buried Under a Tree. Who knew that there was a Shaft sequel? Shaft in Africa. They should have just called it Shaftrica. Anybody looking forward to those Avatar sequels? Nobody? And though I liked Avengers Age of Ultron, it just didn't measure up to the first one. But Avengers Infinity War really picked up the slack, and I've got a theory that they're going to bring Ultron back for Avengers Endgame. Stay tuned for that video. Ultron lives.
I understood that reference.
Teen Wolf 2. T-O-O. Man, I loved Teen Wolf so much that I was super excited to see Teen Wolf 2. And then when I did, this happened.
I'd like to change some glasses.
It's a typical 80s sequel. Same, but the same. Yeah, I don't get it either. It had Jason Bateman in it, who was kind of the low-rent Michael J. Fox of the 80s, but now he's on Ozark. Go figure. And then what do you do after Spider-Man 2, one of the best comic book movies up until that point in movie history? You follow it up with Spider-Man 3, a terrible, not good movie. A movie, nonetheless. Although it was bad, it had this scene in it, which was pretty good. But it also had this scene in it, which is the opposite of good. Well, there you have it. Those are my top 5 highly anticipated movie sequels that I was completely disappointed by. How about you? I want to hear from you. What was a movie that you really wanted to see a sequel for, and then when you finally did, you were like, I don't like it? And don't say Last Jedi, Joe. I got my eye on you. I like The Last Jedi. Joe hates it. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments below. And if this is your first time here, yeah, you. Subscribe to this channel right now and like and share these videos. And remember, I'm having a giveaway once I reach 10,000 subscribers. I'm giving away a PS4 Pro plus Red Dead Redemption 2 or any game of equal or lesser value. But I'm only giving that away to someone who comments on as many videos as they can. So remember to comment on this video and, every video I've ever made. All 200 plus of them. Because that increases your chances of winning that PS4 Pro. And who doesn't want a PS4 Pro? Who doesn't want it? If you're watching this right now and you don't comment, you don't want it. I'm Aristotle, Full Throttle, your bro in the know with the fro, and I'll see you later. And now, as per @TomWade's request, here are some dancing chipmunks with chainsaws.